Welcome to Film Study, an all-American podcast with Lexi. I may as well say Lexi and Kaya, because she always on the pod and we love it. But we're reviewing, Homecoming 109, Ordinary People. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, comment, all of the things, both on my channel, Film Study, All-American, and Kaya's channel, Kaya CTV. Now... Usually I ask if you're ready, but I need to get my own self ready. And look, most weeks I try to make sure that I'm keeping All American with All American. But it's gonna bleed through. It's gonna bleed through. So just bear with us.
I'm gonna sit here and chill.
Okay, well, bear with me, because it's gonna bleed through. What were your thoughts about the episode?
Okay. Stop! I'm trying to separate.
I don't know what happened because.
What? All American? The studio? I actually really like this episode. Here's why, though. My girl Thea really held it down this week.
Yes, she did.
She did. Thea was really good this week. Auntie Amara, I liked what was going on. Auntie Amara, I don't think I was feeling her too much this week. She was just there.
Oh, for real? Ooh.
Usually
Not just there,
I
when she had a whole 10 scenes. The storyline wasn't giving.
It wasn't given really with her. You know, they were trying to help the homegirl. She wasn't trying to accept that help. But yeah, Thea was the main thing for me this week that I really held on to and really enjoyed. Her and my girl Nate. Love me some Nate.
Yes. Protect Thea at all costs. I've been saying it, and I'll keep saying it. Protect Thea at all costs. Camille holding it down as always. I'm just enthralled with her character, and I love her so much. So yes, holding it down. My other favorite character. let me not act up.
Wait, who?
I was gonna say my other favorite character didn't make an appearance, physically, but
You're annoying.
we felt her presence.
Oh
my gosh. Anyway. Damon and the, what was it, a showcase? Yeah, Damon and the showcase. Yeah, Marcus put together a showcase. So Damon was focusing on that. He tried to talk about his dad knowing JR's mom, and JR sort of brushed it off, but he was just like, just give it some time. Let's focus on the showcase. Yeah, so he went to the showcase and he ran into this guy that was good looking, and he's another baseball player.
yes, he do.
He was really good looking, and he's British, but that's besides the point. Yeah, the dude basically said that Damon stole his spot because he was supposed to go to Princeton, which is wild. But he and Damon basically just got into it. And actually, Damon, we saw some growth in Damon, because Damon, just throughout the thing was just like, we don't have to be in competition with each other. We can celebrate Black excellence. We can celebrate athletes that don't get their shine through this showcase. He had that really great speech that he gave at the game. And really just made strides that I think that we have slowly been seeing them lay the groundwork, but it just really came to fruition like at
Yeah.
the game. And it was a really cool moment to see, at least for me. Um, on the other side of that, JR was trying to get his spot back, but Coach Marcus had other plans. Turner had other plans. So he ended up being center fielder. And as we know, Santiago is a pretty good catcher. So I didn't think that he was going to win back his spot anyway. And he ended up being better at center field. And it was a nice little moment where they got to rub it in the face of the old coach, Coach Shaw,
Oh my gosh,
um,
I can't stand him.
aka Coach Smart Guy. And you know what? I just love when we get all of the black actors that we know from childhood because
Yes,
Grandpa G,
Grandpa G. It was a full circle
Granddaddy G,
moment. Come on, and he looks so
looking
good.
good as ever. Looking good as ever. Looking good as
Oh
ever.
my god. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
on the on the set. And so yeah, JR ended up finding his place in center field, and Gene and Marcus sort of got into it about the PEDs, and it ended up with like Marcus not taking his meds. But what did you think of all of that?
You just threw out like 10 different things. Let's start with let's start with Mr. Cutie. What's his name? Lando? I
Is
believe
it
his name is
Lando? Yeah, yeah, yeah. I actually
yes,
think it is Lando. And by the
Lando, right?
way, this is because we were having technical troubles. It's not even about what y'all think it's about. Yeah, you're right, you're right. Let's start with Lando and Damon, and then we'll work our way. We'll work our way. So Lando and Damon, what'd you think about that?
Lando and Damon. It actually did bring me back to how Damon was when he first started, because that's how Lando was
Right?
coming across as like the cocky type and feeling himself. He was. No lie, when Damon put his arm like around his shoulder, I thought he was gonna either brush it off or like move away. But my man
Mm-hmm.
was sitting there standing, looking so disgusted, just like standing next to Damon. But I do like the fact that Damon is starting to change, and that dude was over there shading him that whole time, and he still was keeping his cool, still was trying to be nice and everything about it.
Right.
um
Loved it.
I love that. I said, wow, I can see him growing out here in these streets, making some changes so he could be better for whatever future woman he gets, you know. um
No, speaking of that though, not to
I love
interrupt you,
that.
but it was interesting though that I was surprised that he didn't mention Simone at all in this episode.
Not one
Not a word,
time.
which was very different than the last time
But I understood why though. Like I
Jordan was attacked. Yeah.
Oh no, that wasn't even it. But yeah, that's a part of it. But I think also with how everything ended with them last week and everything they had going on, was so intense. Um, I think it was just a lot for him to deal with, and also processing the information regarding like his birth parents, and still the possibility of him and JR being related. And now with the showcase going on this week, he had a lot going on in his mind in general for the last couple of weeks. So I don't think he was trying to have himself focus at all on Simone, because that would have
Which I
just been
think is
another
good.
distraction. It is good,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah. I think it's good for him, because he's been very, I mean, in my opinion, he's been very like engrossed with her, and they've been engrossed with each other,
Yes.
to be honest. And so to
Yeah.
see them have this time apart, I think is going to do them both some good. To
Think so
focus on
too.
like him to focus on baseball and everything that he has going on with his family, and her to
Yeah.
yeah, focus on the things that's going on with her.
Yeah. I am hoping we get Lando sticking around though for a little while, because I like
Same.
him.
I just think yeah, he added a good dynamic, I think.
He did, not only for his face, but he seemed like he about to be a great character. I like him, and I think him and Damon, like right now, the way it's starting out, I think that's something that we'll see grow to possibly a friendship. Hopefully, once he
Same.
gets over the fact that he lost his spot because of Damon.
Yeah.
But I can see them being friends.
Yeah. I think later on down the line, I still want some like adversarial type people in the show. I think he would be a good addition.
Let it could be like that for a little bit.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I think
Yeah.
season two, when they get a season two, we're hoping.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
that like mid season, Lando's gonna come around. What did
Bring
you think
Lando back.
about bring Lando back? What did you think about JR?
JR. Oh. Starting with him and Damon in the beginning, him just like basically brushing Damon off and not wanting to deal with the whole parent, the are you my brother? Is my mom your mom?
Right.
Um, I like JR. See, my man is he got to learn how to deal with his emotions and everything better. Um,
Yeah.
but I think he also had the pressure of him trying to get his spot back and him, he just worked things out with the team and with coach and everything. So I cut him some slack for that. But I liked him this week. He's a work in progress, and I like that it ended with him basically on a high note for him.
Yeah.
I think him and
Yeah.
Damon still have to work out everything with their family in general, but baseball wise, I'm happy he has that going back for him because I was not taking sappy struggle JR a few weeks ago with
Right.
family issues, brother issues, and baseball issues. No, it was too much. It was too much for
Yeah.
me. It was too much for him.
It was. It was.
I
And I
could
think,
not.
yeah, and I think that he like I don't know really how to describe this, but I love JR. I love JR as a person that is encouraging others, like being there is like the fun older like upperclassmen.
Yeah, because that fits him.
Yeah, it really fits his character. And not to say that he can't be three-dimensional, but I think it's been a lot of the heavier stuff lately and more of the like bitter JR. And I just like nice nice JR and I want to
Yes,
see him back.
I want the JR that was showing Simone the way to class. I want that JR.
Right, exactly.
Like,
Like hurry up freshman now. Like I
yes,
love that JR. And even to your point, like even when he was brushing off Damon, I was I don't know, again sort of surprised because I was just like, I thought they, made some strides in the last
it's
episode.
yeah, that surprised me too. I'm like, it's like they did, but it's only
He
to a
did
certain
come back and he was
extent.
just like, no, I'll help you find your family and my
Yeah,
mom is fragile and so give it some time. But I don't know, I guess I'm just constantly surprised at the way that the writers are writing him because to not say that off the bat, like let's focus on the showcase first rather than
yeah,
like no, we don't need to worry about that. um
yes.
so yeah, I'm just interested to see in these last few episodes because there's only like four left or something like that to see what they do to end him out strong, like on a strong note.
JR.
Yeah, JR.
Yeah. Um, look. I'm hoping that that strong note ends with him and Damon's relationship. If they don't tell
Same.
me these two are brothers, I'm gonna be tight. Like,
I know. They need to wrap up this. I don't think the storyline can be dragged out for another season. So
like
they
what?
definitely need to answer those questions. But we'll get to that in predictions. Um, what did you think of Marcus and Grandpa Gene?
My Grandpa G, my man.
Did you catch his name? I didn't catch his
No, I did not. I literally they showed him on my screen. I said, Grandpa,
name. We'll call him Coach Gene. Marcus and Coach Gene, or
Coach.
Turner and Coach Gene.
Oh my gosh. I'm interested to see more of like their history because I feel like they have a lot um that they've dealt with in the past, um, especially with the with their drug use.
Yeah.
Um, I think you know what I feel like their relationship is like? I feel like they started as like friends and they were good friends and that situation there kind of ruined that for the both of them. And
Right. Like they weren't good for each other at some point.
yeah, I feel like it's
Yeah.
like that. Um, and I think Marcus just blocked it out of his mind like that whole time, that whole portion of his life back then, including including Coach Jean. Um, and I think Coach Jean, Coach Jean is so weird. I think Coach Jean kind of misses his friend in a sense, or just misses like what they used to have, you know, whether it was good or bad, mostly bad.
Yeah.
Um, I think that's why he was trying so hard to strike up conversation, to get him to here, have a beer with me, you know,
Right.
just to get back a sense of what they used to have together. But I feel like that's also a relationship that we'll see. I think it'll end a lot better than what's his name, Coach Shaw, the annoying
Right.
one.
Yeah.
I think it'll end a lot better for them actually being cordial or being friends down the line. Just because I think they did used to have a friendship in the past. But I like them. I feel like their differences this week mostly has to do with their issues from the past. So I think that's
Mm,
something that can be worked out.
right. Right. Um, and no, I think you're spot on. And this is a really odd like comparison I think to make, but I'm gonna make it anyway. It reminds me of The Office and Michael and Packer. And so Packer isn't like he's a bad character. I mean, I feel like all the characters in The Office for the most part are bad, but Packer's not the best character. He's not like malicious or anything, but he's just not the best. And that's how I see Coach Gene, and just even seeing his impact on Marcus. Marcus trying to stay away at first, and then Marcus ending up not taking his meds. So you already see the
Yeah.
influence of that relationship there. That it's just not like they're not their best selves around each other. So I think that's going to be a very interesting story to tell, even if this like Coach Gene, I don't think he's a bad person. So I love when it's like these, I want to say like shades of gray character. Like it's not black or white, but they're a sort of gray character where they're not horrible, they're not like a villain, but they also just um they don't impact, the character that they're meant to
Yeah.
impact in a good way. So I'm really am interested to see how they do that, and how those different shades and colors come out in the future with their relationship, like you said, because I can't see them being cordial again.
Which means Coach Jean is sticking around. Hopefully,
Coach G,
he's sticking
Coach G.
around.
It's
Oh
taking everything in me not to be like, come on, Gene, we're we are eight. What is it? We are 76 years old, Gene. Listen, Tamara played that part. I don't care what nobody says. Tamara
yes,
played that
she
part down.
did. Yes, she did. Oh
We're
my
not
gosh.
16. We're not 17. I love that so much. Anyway, let me not. Let me, because I was about to be like, what's going on, baby?
I'm done. I was about to go
I
for their
love
little
that
dance
movie.
scene.
I know. I know.
Oh my gosh. It's such a good movie. Check it
I
out,
don't
y'all. Check
want
it
to
out.
feel nothing. Okay, I'm gonna stop now. I'm gonna stop now.
It's
Yo,
a
man,
classic.
yo, woman. It is a
Oh,
classic. I need to watch
it's a
that. This is
classic.
basically what I'm
This is
telling myself is I
yeah.
need to watch it.
We're about to yeah, we're gonna make it a thing. We're gonna watch 17
Yeah, we're
again.
gonna make it. Let's watch it together.
Yeah.
Yes, but Thea, Thea, as we mentioned,
Ah!
protect Thea at all costs.
Oh my gosh.
She comes to Nate, and Keisha and Simone are there, but she comes to Nate specifically and is like trying to get advice about seeing Kevin, and I really wanted to Kevin to be a good guy.
Girl, I was gonna say Kevin had me fooled.
I know, and some people on Twitter said that they weren't fooled, but he had me fooled. Like he was really nice in the beginning, and so I desperately wanted that for her. And anyway, she ends up going out with him, and Simone was supposed to tag along, but Nate ends up tagging along with her. A good party.
Hmm.
Throwback to the Parkers. And which I thought this line was very interesting of the writers, is that, in Simone's advice, right, don't potentially miss out on a good thing because of fear. Um, so she goes on the date. Um, she doesn't seem to be a drinker, and he has a little flask that he pours in her cup. At first, I thought he was going to drug her, so I'm glad that that didn't happen, even though what happened wasn't
Oh, you
great
went
either.
far, far.
I really thought it was just like, I don't know, it's college, and I think that's a common theme, unfortunately, and it's a common occurrence. So it it's what's happened was still bad, but I'm glad that she wasn't drugged. Um,
Yeah.
so got her drunk. Nate was enjoying herself at the party, and Thea says, "Oh, you can fall back a little bit. It's okay." And right at that moment, basically, Kevin just does a little too much and is like, "Let's get out of here." Tries to force her to go inside with him. Thank goodness Damon was there and he helps her, and he was
Go
about to
inside, girl. He was trying to take her to the alley. Like,
to the air. No, I thought they were outside a dorm or something.
no, like he was trying to pull that girl to an alley.
Are you serious? I really thought that they were outside of a dorm, like
I
outside
think
the.
they were outside of like one of the school buildings, but it looked like he was trying to pull her to the side of that
Oh,
building.
for real? That's crazy. No, I didn't even see that. I mean, like all of it is crazy, but yeah, I didn't. That, yeah, is horrible. Um, and so thank goodness Damon was there, and he almost, almost decked, almost
Oh, I
decked Kevin
wanted
for
it
good
so
reason. I
bad.
wanted it so bad, but Thea was like, I don't want a scene. And
So
just
sweet.
her breaking down, and once he takes her back to the dorm and like gets her settled and says that he's like just around the corner, her just being like, just, oh my goodness, just,
It was the actually.
yeah, like actually,
Oh
like
my
I don't want to be
god.
alone, and
Oh
just
my
the way that
heart.
she delivered those lines, like just so protect Thea at all costs is
At
all I gotta
all
say.
costs.
And Damon, I love the way that Damon reacted. He was just like, oh, like it depends on the show, and like I like
Yes, that was so cute.
bringing a little lightness to what was a really heavy situation, because she needed that.
Yeah.
I really do think she needed that. And so they watched it, watched like a show together, and later they came back and we're talking about the lit assignment, lit paper that they had due, and Tim was like, "I thought you didn't do group projects," and she was just like, "Yeah, but whatever." And it was just a cute little banter between them. They ended up watching A Different World, which shout out A
Yes,
Different
shout
World.
out.
Yes, shout out A Different World.
The show.
Um, and just have a really good time. And he makes that little quip about her, being a upperclassman and needing to be a role model and stuff. And so I just loved that interaction between them. And you know, I have been very vocal about seeing like the romantic chemistry between them, but like as a just a friendship, I loved it as well.
Yeah.
Like I didn't sense like romance from this tonight. I really like they were just really good friends, which I appreciated.
Yeah. I'm gonna say probably we were just talking about this. I said, what was I at? 85%? Maybe like 75 now. Put me at like 75. Um, but I love that. You know what got me with Thea?
What?
Did you see Thea dancing? Thea? My,
Yes, I love her.
my girl Thea looked like she never been on a dance floor.
Stop coming for her. Stop coming for her.
Oh my gosh. I
It
said
looked
you
it
could
looked like
tell.
Thea had never been to a party,
I've
period.
never been
Like,
to a party. And now, if it's not the tennis court, Thea does not know what that is. That girl Thea, I said, oh Lord.
listen, I understand, Thea. I understand.
Oh my gosh. I loved it. Also, I was wondering because I don't think they ever mentioned Simone not attending the party. Like she just didn't show up, right?
They did mention it. She and Jordan talked about it when they were getting ready. And we'll get to that. We'll get to that. But yeah, she didn't. She definitely didn't let Thea know. I don't think. Not that Thea would have like
She wouldn't care
didn't.
because she went there for
Yeah,
Nate
because
anyway. She was like,
right.
she was like, Nate, come help. I like the fact that Nate um her and Nate's relationship.
Yeah.
I when they first showed them together, I was like, I think that'll be so cute to see as them being friends. And from the very beginning, because in the beginning, Thea was not in my tops. I was like, yeah, no. But I feel
Really?
like she wasn't. But I also stated then, I said, I feel like she can grow to get up there because I feel like she just needs some walls taken down. I think
Mm,
it's just a lot of how she was brought up, not very many experiences in life and stuff.
yeah.
And she has that
Very
quickly
sheltered.
changed. Yes,
Yeah.
that quickly changed. So to see her now, I love her. When I tell you, Thea might be my top two.
I love Thea so much.
So
she might be my
much.
top. I'm sorry. She might be my top.
Honestly, yeah. She might, yeah. Thea come for that number one spot. If she's not there already. But I love how innocent she is. She
Yeah.
seems so genuine. Um, and it sucks because she is learning a lot of things for the first time. All these new experiences. Um,
Right.
And look, you're never too old to be experiencing new
Right. And I
things.
think that's why it's such an important story to tell because there's so
Yeah.
many people like that in college. Like I feel like I was like that a little bit. Um, like my freshman year in college. So like it's not an uncommon experience.
Yeah. I like that she's the person for it because everyone else, they've experienced life. Simone, Keisha, Nate, all of them. So to have
Right.
her be kind of like a fish out of water and she's
Yeah.
trying to get her feet wet. Is this her first relationship, Kevin? We're not even gonna
Yeah.
call him a
I
relationship
I don't
because
even know if I would
no,
call him a
we
yeah,
don't
but it was the
we
first
don't
guy she ever
claim
like
it.
dated. Yeah.
Yeah,
Been on a couple
I'm
dates with.
not. I'm hurt that this was her experience, but it's
Yeah.
also a learning experience for her.
Yeah.
Just because it does happen. And my man, he knew too. That's what got me so tight. He knew he was already trying to take advantage. Like
Right. He was
her grandma
plotting.
set her up. Her grandma set her up. Granny set her up. Like
Right.
talking about hit this boy up. And he knew it was over trying to take advantage of little Thea. But I love also her and Damon's relationship. I feel like it is a friendship right now. Um, do I see it
With the
possibly going
potential
somewhere?
for more.
With the
Yeah.
potential, yes. I could see that happening because, my eyes, they're open.
They
Uh
are. They are.
they're very much open. But right now I love that he's being a genuine friend to her.
Yeah.
He has no ulterior motives.
Right.
Um, and he just saw what she needed in that moment and was there to help her. I really wish he would have punched him in the face or something, but
Yeah. Yeah.
maybe
No,
another
I
time.
agree. Maybe another time. Maybe another time.
Another
Um,
time, another guy.
another time. No. Hopefully not any other guy will do that, but true. True, true, true. So, Damon wasn't present at family dinners, um, when they were having, or family brunch, I should say, for Amara, because as we mentioned, he was in a fight, friendship breakup thing with
Yeah, he on a break.
with Simone.
He's on a friendship break.
Um, yes. So Amara and this whole resignation thing, her going to jail. I love that she said like fix your faces, not just that.
I
That's such a black auntie thing to say.
was literally
Um,
just thinking.
I love the little one-liners they give her, so I love that. But yeah, she told everybody that she was resigning. Obviously, they were trying to fight it. Um, and then not Jordan mentioning Flash Mob Spark. No, Jordan, that's not gonna work.
It barely worked the first time.
Exactly, like the heck. But I always think that's so funny because as not to toot my own horn, but I'm gonna toot my own horn, as I,
As you should.
sometimes
Go ahead, girl.
call a lot of things, and that's one thing that I did call. It's a flash mob.
Oh, did you
So
really?
yeah, I did. I was literally like, well, imagine if they're like, no, I broke into Beverly, and that literally was what his house in. Um, so that was that, and she was just like, no, I don't want a big fuss made about it. Why am I forcing myself into a place where I'm clearly not wanted? Um, I thought that was a really good line from her. Um, Again, just she has so many great one-liners. And she tells Simone, "Hey, you're a Patterson," which I just wanted to earmark for a second
Look, I
because she's her real mom? Question mark. I still believe it.
I believe it too. I was hoping that her telling when she was telling the story about like what happened, I was hoping there were some clues or some hints dropped in there,
Right,
you
to
know?
the fact that she was pregnant.
Yes,
Yeah,
yes.
same. Right, but the whole speech was that they were fighting for um fighting for medical health justice for black and brown people and poor folks, I believe, right?
Yes.
Which I applaud because that's very close to my heart, and I've done some work, um, for my 9 to 5, done some work with that, so I really appreciated that. But basically, the company that she was getting like this story from about that um paid her hush money and like basically get out of jail free card for that situation, to
Mhm.
make it all go away. um and again, they're just trying to figure out a way to help her, especially Simone. um and it's Amara's just like she's accepted her fate. Always going through the ringer as always. But accepted her fate, and was just like, no, I'm still gonna resign. Because I just don't. This is not me. Again, why am I forcing myself into a space where I'm clearly not wanted? I think that line summed it up perfectly. Um, and so she ended up finding out that the sister of the person that she was with, that didn't get away so cleanly, is on the board of the
Mhm. Setting
school,
her up.
setting her up. When is Amara never not gonna go through the fire? Like,
That's what I'm saying. That's what it was for me, girl. I'm like, bro, how many weeks? How many weeks?
exactly, how many weeks are we gonna take this? She goes through the ringer more than Spencer does, and she's not
All
even the
the
maid.
time, all the time. Like she cannot catch a break.
Literally. At least Spencer has some episodes of joy.
I'm like, and the one time they made it seem like she was finally in the clear a little bit. She get her little wine going on, and then that's when the photo came out. The photo came out,
Hmm.
and then he's like, "What is this?" I'm like,
Right.
"Bruh, like she just started to breathe." Like,
Literally, at first I thought that they were gonna do me dirty and make this be all Zeke's fault, like the whole planting the thing, the
really?
picture. Yeah, I thought they were gonna do me dirty and ruin that
Oh
ship for
no,
me, but then they didn't. But then they didn't. I was very
I got
happy.
hope, girl. I got hope.
No, I still have hope now, especially because they didn't make him do it.
I think that's what it was for me this week for Auntie Amaro. I was just like, man, like, give her a break because it's she's always going through something. And at this
Always
point,
going through.
I know she tired because I'm tired,
Yeah,
and I'm the one that's
it's
just watching
exhausting.
her go through it. It's exhausting. I'm like, and then her and her little what possible boo thing over here, which I was like,
Right.
why is he even there, Coach Turner? Why they brought him to the
Yeah,
house?
why
Like,
do they keep inviting him? Like, she does not want him there.
why, why did he have to be there? And then for him to just go over there and be like, just be honest with them. Like that's it. Like that's what you're gonna tell her.
Literally, how
That's
did he even know about that? Unless she
I
told him late, like, I don't know.
Yeah. I'm like, she's just going through so much. I need a break from I need her to be happy for once so I can get back
Yeah,
to loving Auntie Amara.
yeah,
Cause right now and then
exactly.
also the fact that they were fighting so hard for her and she was just like cause she
She was like,
tired.
I don't
So
want
yes,
it. Like,
I
and I
don't
thought
want it.
somebody, Jordan called her out a little bit about it, but I thought somebody was gonna call Simone out a little bit harder and be like, Simone, stop trying to like fix the situation that
Cause she ain't trying to deal with home
literally,
stuff.
right, that she's like done with.
I'm like, yeah, they were over there trying so hard. I mean, she's not over here trying to fight for herself, you know? So
Right.
the fact that they were going so hard and just see her constantly be like, "Oh no, you guys, that's it. I'm going through with the resignation." By the end of it, I was like, "Okay, I'm kind of feeling her a little bit once I got the backstory on what was happening." And now I just want to see her
I just want to see
go
her
up
thrive a
against
little
this.
bit.
I want to see her thrive, but she needs to fight back now. Now that she know what the deal is really, because
Right.
this right here, Auntie, we ain't taking
Yeah,
this.
and also I just don't think that that would work logistically, because why would they have her off campus? That's so.
Yeah, I was thinking that
And she was
too.
like,
I
"Oh,
was
I'm
like,
gonna
yeah,
do it at
no,
the end of the semester." Yeah, no, I'm like, that's not gonna work. So you better
it ain't
develop.
happening.
Not me saying develop a backbone. She has a backbone, but I don't know why she was like so. I am with Simone on this one. Like, why are you like just laying there and taking it,
Just
basically?
yes, you know
But
she tired. They've
yeah,
been coming at her
just
for weeks.
yeah, exactly. Um, so that that is that with Amara. As we mentioned, Jordan did try to tell Simone, you know, your aunt said that she doesn't really want this to happen. Uh, but in a lot of ways, I think that Simone was pushing so hard because she was doing a little avoiding of her own. You know what I mean?
That is a fact.
Yes, you're coming with my sing song.
Oh my god.
Um, so Jordan comes to visit Simone because we know that in the last episode she almost kissed Damon. He doesn't know that, but she called him hysterical in his words. Um, to come and see her, and Damon buzzed him up. Like, where's Damon? All of a
Yes,
sudden,
he did.
Jordan's all trying to be all buddy buddy with Damon now. Asking about his whereabouts. Like, sir,
Right.
shouldn't you be happy? Um, but he's just supporting Simone in whatever way possible,
Mm,
whether that's like helping to arrange the protest that wasn't a protest, um, or what is it? Going to the party, which they didn't end up going to, and taking her out on a date instead. um, where they have this little cute dance to "I can do this for hours, sit and talk to you for hours."
done.
Come through TikTok. But it's funny that I'm just making this connection too. Sit and talk to you for hours. Okay, give you your. You know who he was sitting and talking to quite a bit throughout this
For
episode.
hours. More than once.
The way I just put that connection together. Ooh, yo,
The
the
fact, hold on, the fact that as
The
they were at
music
that dinner,
supervisor was in her bag and
yes,
being
she
shady.
was. The fact that they were at that dinner with that song playing, and my man's got a phone call at that dinner.
No, because it literally just hit me, and I'm like, the music supervisor is shady because they danced for about 5 seconds,
Literally, that's it.
and just throughout the episode, we saw Jordan hopping up,
Mm-hmm. I mean, he was springing out them chairs.
fresh feet.
That phone barely
Okay,
rang.
he, it looked like he was doing the like the suicides, like
Oh my gosh, yo. He didn't waste a
and
second.
we had our theories.
Uh-huh.
We had our theories because of what took place in All American. But honestly, I'm a I always knew who it was, but I never thought that they were gonna confirm who it was.
No. See, I said they had when they did, I said they actually have to because things have to move along.
Yeah, they do. They do. Because Simone is coming. Simone is coming
They have
to
to,
All
and to
American.
explain
Yeah.
why he was so excited too. Like why he was so excited and also why he was so calm and cool and collected with hearing what she had to tell him. So they
And
had
let's
to
talk
explain
about
who
it.
it was.
Not them bringing up the Will and Jada entanglements. I don't think that they could have
Week.
play. I mean,
This is a mess and I
like
loved
I
it.
know, and obviously there's the slap heard around the world that like gets that even like crazier, right? But like not them because entanglements was a black Twitter joke forever. So the fact that they they I was in an emotional entanglement.
I was like,
She was so serious too.
bro, yes. She was trying to be so proper. I was like, here we go again with her trying to be so proper. She know she does not know how to deal with those feelings. Like
Right, right. I was very glad that she ended up telling him though, and it didn't come at the end. It came pretty in the middle, sort of middle beginning of the episode. So I was very
Yes.
glad that she told him. I was very glad that she told
Hmm.
him. And as I anticipated, he was not that upset.
No. I did not expect him to be. Nope.
I did not expect him to be upset, but it's also like you have these expectations, and then to see it on your screen, you're like, oh, sir, I need you to give a little bit more.
I was he's in the hallway. I said, yes, Jor. Let it go.
I said, yes, you be mature.
Oh
You're
my
asking about David.
yes, he was so understanding. He's oh,
So
he's going through a lot.
understanding. Wait, and here's my favorite part, because this is what I noted this, okay? The fact that she was just like, yeah, I went, on a trip to Chicago with him, and he just really needed a friend. And the fact that Jordan was just like, yeah, of course, you're
Yes,
such a good
yes,
friend. Like,
yes,
I totally understand you taking a trip.
bruh. They went to a whole nother state.
Yo, I'm convinced. I'm convinced that he said all of that because he knew that he was absolutely taking that trip. Like,
Yes, he did. Yes, girl.
I was just like, not Jordan reacted the way that he did because he knew.
Yo.
That man was so understanding. He didn't
Oh
even
my.
raise a single voice. He said, "Oh, an entanglement.
No,
Okay."
he didn't yell not one time. I'm like, can you
He
look up the
didn't even quite.
difference?
I mean, he was just like, "Oh, an entanglement.
Uh,
Okay, cool. No, you're a good friend."
You're such an amazing friend. I know he's going through a lot right now.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
the contrast from how he was the last time he came to visit this girl. Oh
The
my God. See that?
contrast. Can we? I'm gonna bring it up. I'm gonna bring it up. I'm sorry if I'm unbearable, but I'm gonna bring it up. The contrast with the way that he just went at Layla for in his words, I'm gonna bring up the line because it was just such a line, right?
Go right ahead, girl.
Walls up, pants down. Walls up, pants down.
Oh my
Jordan, how are you
gosh.
giving more energy?
Yo, that act see that actually affected him though. He actually cares. That sounds so harsh. Wait.
Stop, rude.
He
I'm not. I'm not. I didn't say that. I didn't
it's
say that, Jamones.
it's the truth. Keep it in, Lexi. Keep it.
They had a really nice dance. They had a really nice dance that
Who?
I can do this for hours. I'm gonna
Oh,
sing
the
that
the
again.
one the one you said that was 5 seconds.
But okay, here's the other thing is legitimately, again, very understanding, still, saying like, let's go on a little date. They had a little joke about the uh sliders that had a really fancy name. Billy
That
picked out the
restaurant was
hookup,
mad
all
nice.
of that. It was. Um, all I could think about though is, and I really wanted it to give more, but I'm sorry, it was giving me friends. It was giving me friends. The little joke about the sliders and the
Oh,
whole,
it was so
this is so
awkward.
nice.
I could not take it. I could not take it.
The setting was beautiful. Great gowns,
Setting
beautiful
was
gowns.
beautiful. It was.
Great gowns, beautiful gowns.
I
I
like
was
the
just like,
lights they
come
had
through,
hanging,
budget.
looking everywhere else.
Um, and not this man having a full-on conversation with
Full
Layla. He's
on.
on a
He waited
date
until she left the table and picked up that phone. Honestly, if she was
and
sitting
was
there,
giddy. Not only can we
yes,
like the audacity of him being giddy? Like,
yes,
what is wrong with him?
yes, yes. And it was homegirl connecting both phone calls too.
Child.
Oh my gosh,
He
he was so excited.
And it's
Like,
so funny because it was just like. I don't even know how to describe it, but the best way I can describe it was like hurry up and wait because he did move to get off the phone call very quickly,
Mm-hmm.
but he was also just like, "Oh yeah, no, of course, like you can come in anytime," and like da 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 da.
Yes.
I was like,
Yes.
"What?
Yes.
While your girlfriend is in the bathroom?"
My man. And then also I'm like, wait, like see, it's also the fact it's also the fact that him and Simone have been struggling to connect on the phone. They've been exchanging voicemails. This man picks
Stop.
up. This man
Stop.
picks
You're
up.
hurting. It hurts. It
He
hurts.
picks up. When's the last time they actually talked on the phone from when she called him the last time? Following her little thing with Damon. Huh? No, they've been exchanging voicemails this whole time. Oh, babe, I missed you again. Oh,
I have
oh, congratulations. I
nothing.
can't believe we missed each other again. He looks at that phone and see Lele name pop up.
I have nothing to say to that.
He said, I will not be
Um,
sending her to voicemail. I will not send her to voicemail.
and the thing is, again, like you mentioned, she made connections. She made connections.
Yes, she did.
And she was just like, "How's Liv?" Uh,
I'm convinced she knew what she was doing.
she absolutely that look that she gave before she went and sat
Yes.
down at the table.
Yes, I'm convinced.
And he was just like, actually. And here's the thing is, I'm like, I just need Jordan. I'm so mad at him because he said it was such a straight face too. He was like, "Oh yeah, it's Layla." How dare you?
Are we at dinner right
How dare he? Actually, that
now?
was Layla. Um,
Oh
oh,
God.
she was on the phone earlier too. Oh, earlier.
Yes.
That was her on the phone
Yes.
too.
That was her on
Child,
the
the way I
phone
was
too.
dead at that line.
I'm like, she is clocking.
Earlier. Um, oh my
Yes.
goodness.
Oh my gosh.
Earlier was that Layla too?
Mans was like, Mans was like, oh yeah, she's been having a rough couple of weeks. Weeks. That mean they've been chatting it up over these last few weeks.
Stop, stop. Yeah, they have been chatting and they just ended on an awkward. They both took. Oh, and she said, "You're a good friend."
You're a good friend. There we go.
There it goes. And they both sip some water. Um,
Oh Lord.
and the other thing is, so obviously Simone peeped it. She had this conversation with Keisha, and she
Yes,
was
she
just like, "I
did.
know this is like such a double standard, but he was so upset the last time, um, with Damon, and now like he doesn't even care. Now he's having these secretive calls with our friend Layla." What did you think about her reaction to telling Keisha all that? And then Keisha obviously being like, "Well, are you still, you both are different, but it's who you are, blah, blah, blah," aligning all of the
Thank
goodness
you,
that they needed to
Keisha.
hear.
Keisha is speaking facts. Keisha, I love Keisha so much because yes, she's her friend, but she's honest. She's an honest friend. That's what you need. You need somebody that's going to tell you what you need to hear because she is not going to sit here and sugarcoat anything for Simone. This girl Simone, you are over here basically emotionally cheating with Damon. Same thing with George.
Right.
It's happening. All this is happening for the both of you, and it's not like you're you're trying your best to make it happen because you realize these feelings and you want this person but you feel like you can't have this person. No, it's like a natural organic thing that's just it's the connection that each of you share with these other people. And I feel like now I'm happy that now she's admitting to that she's seeing and that she's able to admit that she sees what's happening because that right there just lets me know that she senses a connection whether she's seen Jor and Lele interact the way we've been seeing them over the last few weeks
Mm-hmm.
like based off of just this one trip. Look at all the things that we've seen him and Lele go through over the last
Child.
the last few weeks, the last few seasons, but mostly the last few weeks. And that just solidifies, our how we view their relationship, where we see this relationship going for them. This girl had one day with him. getting phone calls from her, and she's able to sense something now, a shift in their relationship
Because he's
because
been getting phone calls throughout the
yes,
day, at
he's
least
been
two.
getting phone calls. I'm like, just from one visit and him getting on the phone with her, the way you see him talking on the phone with her, now
That's
that you
actually
know it
kind
was
of
her,
crazy, by the way.
it's
Like,
crazy. Like, that's how you're picking it up. Like, she's like,
he's
oh,
been
wow,
gone
no.
not even a day. What was it? That was the
Yeah,
same. That was the same day.
it was the same thing. Like, I'm like this. And also, this all in this day, you're also seeing how his reactions and everything has now changed towards you and Damon's relationship, whatever friendship that y'all have going on. Like, he doesn't seem to care as much. So now her seeing this in person, she realizes, she's like, yeah, no, something's changed within our relationship. Like, there's a
And
shift
I think
happening here.
seeing his, I mean, we as the audience saw it, and I like seeing his reactions to being on the phone with her. I think
Yes.
there was definitely an energy shift, at least that I saw with
Especially
Jordan
like
when he was
from
on
the
the phone.
first time he walked away on that phone and she does like the little side glance because she sees him walking away. I'm like, yeah, this girl know what's up. Like,
Yeah,
so yeah, I'm excited that now it's moving forward. Um and like she said, she was like, yeah, I know if that was me, I'd be pissed if he was going on a trip with another girl because she knows she would be. Oh my god.
I um
She is going to be
I have no
so.
words except for the words that I'm gonna say in the prediction. I have no thoughts with that. But I think
She's
this is a
going to
good.
be tight.
I think this is a good point to get to predictions. I think this is a good point to get to predictions. Thanks for listening to our review and recap. Quick thing before I go, just wanted to say stay tuned for more information about my new web series. Other than that, thanks for listening and stay tuned for our predictions.